being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. For one, it is not for the weak. It is not for someone that does not know how to stay motivated on their own. You're not going to always have someone to just like motivate you to like, keep going per se. You almost have to have your own ambitions and reasons why you're pushing and not willing to give up in entrepreneurship. And there's been some rocky roads with my journey as an entrepreneur. And one thing that I'm so grateful with having Michael as my spouse is he's never made me feel bad for the ups or downs that I've experienced in my business. Because there have been ups and downs. And I'm like thinking to myself sometimes like, dang, he could really be like, yo, you need to get a job. Like, I love you. I support you. But you got to go get a job. Like, this is not working. Maybe you need to put this hat up. Like, maybe you need to just go on, do something. He's never even iterated or implied in any type of way that you need to give up this thing. Okay? And I'm, like, so grateful for that. And he cooks, y'all. He cooks. And another thing that he has done recently, I mean, he does it all the time, but this recently happened. I was having a mental moment. Like, I was just having a mental moment. It was a rough day. And he came home and I was in a mood. And I told him, I was like, look, Michael, like, not right now. Like, he just came in like, hey, how you doing? What's wrong? And I'm like, not right now. I just need a minute. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. And the first thing he asked me, he was like, have you ate today? And I'm like, no, I ain't ate today. I ain't hungry. Like, get away from me. I need a minute, He's like, well, I'm going to make some spaghetti. I'm going to cook some food for you and the kids, So go ahead and have your moment. He came in here. He started cooking. And it's funny because I didn't realize I was hangry on top of what I was already experiencing. But when I smelled the food, I came out and I'm like, hey, babe, you cooking? Yeah. And then after I ate, I realized I was hangry. He was like, yeah, I knew you was hangry. So I came in here cooking. And I love that about him. Like, he will see a situation and be like, okay, I need to feed her. She's hungry, obviously. And I don't always know that I'm hangry, but he does.
Yeah. Hangry is a real thing, and a lot of times you don't even realize that you're hangry, but you really got to pay attention to your spouse. Like, for instance, when I came home, she was upset, and I didn't take it personally because a lot of times if she's upset about something, it's coming from a place of love, not a place of accusations or a place of, trying to be hurtful,
Yeah.
So when she doesn't want to talk, one of the biggest things that I had to learn is I like to handle stuff immediately.
Mm-hmm,
so
me too.
When she doesn't want to talk and she wants her space, it's very hard for me to be like, no, we need to talk about it right now. No, I want to know what it is. But that's something I've worked on. And I've realized that if I remove myself and let her have her space and have her moment, like 99% of the time, it's not even anything that I was thinking it was anyway.
Right.
So for me, I know that when you don't eat, I know that, you get hangry. And so when I found out that you were emotional.
And I forget to eat.
And when I found out you were emotional and you haven't ate, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, at least let's get you fed. And if you're still emotional after that, then we'll take it from there. But no, she was good to go after I made.
And it doesn't happen often where I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. But if I'm at the place where I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it right now, it's for multiple reasons. Like, for one reason, if I say I don't want to talk about this right now, is because I don't want to be rude. I don't want to come off as raw. Like, I need to be able to deal with my emotions in that moment so that I don't sound like a B word, if that makes sense.
Right.
I need to calm down before I address the issue. And in that particular issue, it didn't have nothing to do with him. It was just, I was just having a bad day. Some things had happened that day that really just got under my skin. And it just kind of like was building up. And so by the time he got home, I was just in a mood. And then I forgot to eat because I was in the mood. So I wasn't thinking about no food. So I said all that to say, like, even bringing up the situation, I'm glad that I have a spouse that can assess the situation and be like, all right, see, I know that this will help the situation. I'm not going to step in here and force her to talk to me. And then now we falling down. We arguing with each other over something that didn't even have nothing to do with us. So I love that he does that.